How to handle co-founder issues when you're raising money. Every time I raised money, there was some sort of major issue with one of my co-founders. It's a nightmare when this happens because you're worried the issue with your co-founder could cost you your funding. Since at least 50%, yes, 50% of all co-founder relationships end up in failure, you have a pretty good chance of having your co-founder issues happen when you're raising money. And that's what today's video is all about. In today's video, I'll explain why you're likely to have co-founder issues when you're raising money, what type of co-founder issues you're likely to experience, how you shouldn't manage co-founder issues during fundraising, and finally, how you should manage co-founder issues during fundraising. I hope you like it. Hi, I'm Brett. On my channel, I help early stage startup CEOs like you raise money and grow your startup. So if this sounds like you, then hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified every time I release a new video. Let's get started. Why you're likely to have co-founder issues when you raise funding. Let me start with a quick story. When we were raising our initial funding, after we received and signed a term sheet for $12 million, two of my co-founders, Randy and Ken, demanded that I form an office of the president where we made all the key decisions together. Randy, the ringleader of the group, said they might quit if I didn't agree to their terms. The threat was clear. Do what we want or we'll cost the company its funding. I told Randy and Ken that I couldn't agree to their demand for an office of the president. And fortunately, they backed down. 2 years later, when we were raising our next round of funding, Tommy, our VP of sales, decided to quit. Again, right after we received the term sheet. The interesting thing is, I'm not alone in having founder issues when you're raising money. Many of the CEOs I work with have had founder issues too when they were raising money. So, the question is, why do founders cause problems when you're raising money? You could argue it's Murphy's Law. In other words, bad things are bound to happen at key times. But that's too easy of an answer. The reality is that fundraising is a maximum point of leverage. It means that if you have a co-founder, or in my case, co-founders like Randy and Ken, that want to get more power or more money or more whatever, they know that the last thing you want is a co-founder to quit because it could cost you your funding. So they're hoping that you'll take the bait and do what they want. That's why most of the fundraisings I've been involved with have had founder drama associated with it. What are the mistakes you can make with co-founders before you raise funding? If you look close enough, you can usually see problems before they happen. So the logical thing to do is address the problems as soon as possible before you raise funding. However, the usual thought process is this: I'll deal with the problems after we raise our funding. For example, I knew I had a problem with Tommy within 1 month of hiring him. At the same time, we were just starting our fundraising process, and having a VP of sales was going to help us raise money, or so I thought. So I stupidly convinced myself that I would fix the Tommy problem after we raised funding. And that's how you screw yourself, because of course, what happens? The problem blows up during the fundraising. Now you're left with the question of what to do, which brings us to our next question. How you shouldn't manage co-founder issues during fundraising. 2 months into our fundraising process, after we had received a term sheet, Tommy quit. My first action, which was the right action, was to tell my investors and board of directors that Tommy had quit. Raul and Gil advised me not to tell our new investors that Tommy was leaving the company. But they'll find out, I said. You'll kill the deal, Raul and Gil both said to me. Initially, I took their advice and I didn't tell our new investors. That was as stupid could be. Sure, there was a chance the new investors would pull out of the deal. But think about what would happen to me after we closed if I didn't tell them about Tommy. My integrity and credibility would be shot. The new investors wouldn't be able to trust me. And if they couldn't trust me, they would eventually fire me. I felt trapped for those few weeks when I didn't tell the new investors what was going on. I realized I was going to hurt myself and the company if I didn't tell the investors. So I decided to let the investors know that Tommy was quitting. And do you know what the new investors said? They said, "Oh, thanks for letting me know. Our diligence said he was going to be a problem, so we're glad he's leaving the company." Sometimes you just have to laugh. Now, if this content is resonating with you, then please hit the like button right now. So how should you manage co-founder issues during fundraising? There's a simple way you should handle all bad news. It doesn't matter whether it's a co-founder issue or missing your numbers. It's get ahead of the story. Getting ahead of the story means you tell the new investors, the potential investors, and your board members about any bad news, one-on-one, before they hear it from anyone else. Then you tell them how you're going to fix the problem. Let's go back to the Tommy issue. I should have handled the issue by telling my board and investors first, which is what I did, the existing investors at least. So I got the first part right. Then I should have immediately let the new potential investors know Tommy was leaving the company. And I should have told them what my plan was for replacing Tommy. Eventually, I did the right thing. However, this was my mistake when I hid the problem for a few weeks from my new investors. Remember, you're the CEO of a startup. Bad things are going to happen at the worst possible time. Your investors are expecting bad things to happen because they've been around. So you can turn the negative of a co-founder quitting into a positive by showing your leadership skills. You're showing investors that you're going to operate with integrity when you work with them. It shows them that you're going to be somebody they can trust. That's why co-founder issues and the other major problems you'll face in your startup journey can be blessings in disguise. So here's a summary of what we've learned today. Number one, co-founder issues happen during fundraising because your founders know fundraising is a maximum point of leverage. Number two, the mistake you're likely to make before you raise funding is ignoring your co-founder issue. That's what I did. Number three, don't hide your co-founder issue from your investors. Number four, instead, immediately tell investors about the co-founder issue you're facing and your plan for solving the issue. Now, what did you learn from today's video? Put your answer in the comments column below today's video. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments column too, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Now, I have one more thing for you today. It's my free startup pitch deck template. It has all the slides you need to develop an awesome pitch deck. Click the link below today's video, and it's yours for free. And for more great content, click on the video at the end of today's video. And if you haven't already, then click the subscribe button to get notified every time I release a new video. I'm Brett at brettjfox.com. Thanks for watching today. Take care. Bye.